everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We are live tonight. Svea is back from ASU Pow Wow last weekend where she was at. Thanks again to Wendy Hodge for helping co-host last week's STEM episode about Osiris Rex and Osiris Apex. And Svea is just out for a minute right now. She's just taking care of a little business. She should be right over with us. And we've been on the show we've been live for less than 30 seconds. We already have a pronouncement from El Presidente of the Friday Ninja Monster Hunter Squad. Hello, Maya. And she says, hey, Late Night Craft Talk fam. Perfect night for it. It is happening in Southern California right now. We got a couple people watching. God, you guys are joining early. It is busy right now. So tonight we are having an exciting episode. The greatest subject first show you can have to have fun on a Friday night. We're talking about taxes. That's why we're looking at this hip and hoppity hop party scene right here in this office. Looks like everybody already got their taxes done or off having a party. So nothing says fun on a Friday night like talking about taxes. But, we're not going to do things wrong. We're going to look at all kinds of facets of it. Yeah, Maya, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at a hip hop and poppin' office here that's lots of fun. It's boring. Yes, it is. It's let's just say everybody else left the office to go have fun. That's our countdown background tonight because, taxes. Render what's Caesar's. Okay, so we're waiting for Svea to come back right now. Otherwise, folks, yes. Yeah. Maya, you nailed it. We're going to have some fun with it tonight with this lovely subject everybody just loves to hate. Yeah, taxes. Boo. Oh, look, here comes somebody. He's going to be a party animal. All right, dude, where's the party hat? And he walked off. I think that maybe the people in the background. Okay, that guy's like dancing with moving his head. Maybe he's partying. But he's not going to bring it over here to us. All right, so you got lots of people joining early tonight. So sharing is caring, folks. I am going to share right now. Breaking out the phone, and I'm breaking out a tablet that's kind of slow. Come on, tablet, move quick. So I don't know. This is going to put people to sleep, this background tonight. Okay. Looking at just making sure that we're streaming all the places we should be. Last week I had to do a little, technical stuff to try to get it to stream to the Elk Rock Facebook page, but the fun thing didn't. And so we had fun with that. Svea and I were testing it this evening when she did her live for Dancing Bear. I had to do a live too, just to make sure it wasn't StreamYard messing around again. And Svea's back. Here she is. I had to mute you because of background noise. I will unmute you. Hold on, Svea. You're muted. There you are. Now you're unmuted.
There was lots of background noise?
Yeah, I could hear like a bunch of people talking in the background.
My mom's watching TV in the background.
Okay. Well, it's all good now. Are you eating a pizza? No, you're eating. Is that carrot cake?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was eating dark chocolate earlier.
My mom loves carrot cake.
What do you think of this hopping, pepping, lovely background?
It looks like they're working really hard.
Well, they're supposed to be having a party. It's supposed to be a party office.
It is?
Yeah.
It looks like they're closed.
It looks like what?
Looks like they're closed.
Closed to fun. I don't know. I almost think we need a different background. We need another countdown background. What do you think? This is just. It's too happening for me. Do we want something a little less exciting?
Yeah.
I think so. Hold on. Let me look and see what I can come up with right quick. Only halfway through the countdown. And I'm trying to.
That guy just seems to be walking around, though.
I think he's walking off and the party's off to the side. Or he's got to take a break from that fun that those three people are having over on the edge of the office. Yeah, we need another background. Hold on, folks. Let me redo this. This is just too much excitement for us. We need something less exciting. And got it. And switching over now. There's something less exciting. James mountain biking up in Idlewild.
Oh, that's so much better.
It's pretty scenery and stuff. And James running single track in Idlewild.
Well, there was a lot of scenery in the other video.
Yes, because there was no fresh pine trees with wild animals in this wicked, like dangerous woods here
There's all air purifying plants.
with bugs and mosquitoes and rattlesnakes, which I saw rattlesnake them, and bears and dire wolves.
It's so funny. I messaged Dan. I'm like, Dan, where are you? We both got
Got
home an hour ago. And you know what? He's like, I'm getting stuff out of my car. I'm like, for an hour? Oh,
Don't tell me. Did I play the whole? Okay, we get to see a video. I didn't know I actually included this in the video. This is actually, I did not mean this. This is James breaking the bike underneath the overhang, the Lower Pre Ranch.
was that branch?
Okay.
It was a broken branch in the path.
Well, you're supposed to duck under it with the bike
Mm.
on a single track. This is specifically a single track for mountain biking. This is one of the less hilly sections. We got some message from El Presidente. Hello, Svea.
Hello, Maya.
And I got in and out today after my doctor's appointment. So delicious. I don't go there often, and it was so delicious.
Yum, I love In-N-Out.
How long did it take to get the food at In-N-Out? Because the local In-N-Out over in La Quinta, there is always a long line.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just what it is.
Yeah, it's nuts. Thank you so much, Better. Thank you. I guess the office was too exciting for us. Boring crowd that loves to hear about taxes on a Friday night.
I know that everyone is watching tonight because they want to hear about taxes.
Yay, taxes.
They love taxes.
I actually spent some time putting together PowerPoint. Like, I'm having to look, and I found some legit stuff for, like, which we haven't talked about yet. Just crazy tax deductions. And what else did I put? Crazy tax deductions. Some of those are hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
we've got 2.5 minutes. I am going to go run over and grab something to drink. I will leave you the audience.
You know
So
what?
there, remember to talk about amortization. Explain amortizing.
I'll save that for the show.
Amortize the jokes.
Okay, guys. So, just a thought. What's a good joke we could play in James? Should we tell James that we already filed our taxes and the tax deadline was last Thursday? To see if you tell him it's last Thursday that they adjusted it for this year. So I think that we need to tell him that taxes were filed. Taxes were due last Thursday. So we're gonna change the date on James. So that's what we're gonna do, guys. Okay? Give me a thumbs up. So, but yeah. Did you guys share? I need to share. I actually left my regular laptop at home, and so I have to actually go through and log in to my. I had to log into my account on Dan's laptop.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey, James.
Yes.
Did you get a lot done in the 10 minutes you were gone?
I got some snacks
Okay.
because taxes make me hungry. We're almost time for countdown.
It is.
Wendy's on. Hello, Wendy. Favorite co-host ever. Okay, ready for countdown?
Yes.
It looks like I'm riding the Forest Road instead of the single track. Must be heading back to my truck.
Taxman by the Beatles. That would be a great intro song.
Oh, too much for the copyright on that one. Hey, Svea, guess what?
What?
10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1. Start the show.
Showtime! It's time for Late Night Crap Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, taxes. Yes, we're doing a whole show about taxes because nothing says fun on a Friday night like talking about taxes.
Taxes!
Taxes! Did you know that there are 3 types of accountants? Those who can count and those who can't. It's time to start the show. I'm doing the tax dance. The calculator.
You're doing the tax dance?
The tax dance with the calculator and the slide ruler.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Fun. Hold on a second.
So
I couldn't share because I had to re-log in to Facebook. Hold on a second. I'm going to share.
Roll the eyes there. Wow.
I know. It's crazy.
Let me get a couple of audience, catch up with the audience comments right quick. And of course, my assistant, Wendy. Hello, Wendy. Like switchboard operators. Okay. You ready for mission statement? Are you able to share?
I'm trying to do. What is that?
Okay, while you do that, I'll do the mission statement. Folks, welcome to Late Night Crap Talk, a show we started back in, about mid-April 2020 during the pandemic when it started getting going to feature artists, people that are inspiring. There's our banner.
No, it's the old one. There we go.
There we go. Well, we talk about the old and then went with the new, but people are inspiring, and it's we've continued on till all this time, bringing fun, looking at fun subjects, occasional guests, really cool guests, and have a little bit of fun on Friday night. A show that is put on collaboratively with Dancing Bear Indian Trader and Elk Rack Traders.
Yes, that has been our show since April of 2020. Can you believe it?
5 years. Actually, like next week, 5 years.
Yeah. At the end of isn't the end of April I thought the end of April is the third
end of April. Unfortunately, we won't. I'm on the road over at Lakeside Rodeo during our fifth that particular week. So I think we should celebrate it next week.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey everyone, I just wanted to let you guys know that today might be a special day for someone we know very well here in Late Night Craft Talk.
My mom?
It could or could not be a very special day for someone here in our world of Late Night Craft Talk.
Earl?
I don't know. I think maybe
HRAI?
It has to maybe do with you.
There ain't nothing special about me.
Well, guys, I just totally dropped the bomb on James and told everyone that it's his birthday today. Yay! Happy birthday, James.
Thank you. Matter of fact, about an hour and a half ago, I had I keep it quiet. It's all right. A long-time audience knows I don't try to make anything special on my birthday or anything. It's just, just don't. I haven't celebrated a birthday in so long, I've just become a kind of do it out of habit these days, honestly. But I had a couple of good friends that just out of the blue dropped by my house and dropped me off. Svea, you're going to hate it. They went out and they brought me a pound of dark chocolate from Trader Joe's. And I told them I was going to put on the show. And a big old thing of dark chocolate peanut butter. So that's Trader Joe's version of, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yum. Sounds good.
I've already been eating. You can see how much of gone is this. I've been munching because it's dark chocolate, which,
That's your kryptonite.
Folks, you don't want to know this. Dark chocolate will cure any disease known to man. Mainly depression and hunger. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Carol Ann. And Wendy says happy birthday. Carol Ann says happy birthday. Friday night family. Thank you all. That's awesome. Thank you much. And so that was the birthday thing today.
Yeah, and the thing is James thought I forgot because I didn't say anything all week.
I'll be honest, I was hoping you didn't remember.
It's on my calendar now. It's kind of hard not to remember.
Oh, what are frenemies for? And co-hosts.
Aw, how
Thank
sweet.
you. It's just there's a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, there's a little embarrassment right there. I try not to make a big thing. I just don't celebrate my birthday. Other people, I'm all over it. We'll go to the nine and celebrate the birthday. Me,
I know.
I'm like weird about that. But like I said, it's mostly out of habit these days. Okay.
Okay. So, hey, James, what's going on with Elk Rack Traders besides being your birthday?
Yeah, I'm 25 years old today, folks. 25. My insurance goes down today. If you think I look just a hair older than 25, it's been a rough life.
No, you look like you're about 15.
I'll go with it.
A regression. Your
Yes.
regression growing.
There's some people they might say, how old are you? I'll say 25 years old plus 25. Now it's 26.
Yes.
Anyway, which makes me 26 minus 25. Carry the two. Elk Rack. It's spring. It's Pow season. The wholesale's kicking in. I'm busy in a one-legged guy in a ass kicking contest right now. Oh, sorry, butt kicking. Just busy getting stuff done for people. And we have our first show of the year, Lakeside Rodeo, our first weekend show. I would show at other shows, but Palm Springs other people's orders keep us busy now. And so we'll be at Lakeside Rodeo. If you live in San Diego County, you want some good rodeo action. Thursday, April 24th. Friday night, April 25th. Saturday night, April 26th. 4th, 25th, 26th. What's the math? Okay. Whatever is that Thursday. Friday, Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon, we will be at Lakeside Rodeo. I stored a lot of stuff to get things made today. Ugh. But we'll be there. Look for us. Matter of fact, Lakeside Rodeo, I believe, on Friday night and Saturday night is sold out.
Wow.
That's not uncommon at this rodeo, but you can still catch us Sunday afternoon and Thursday night. Full rodeo action, going to be amazing. We'll be there. Melody's been talking to me a whole bunch.
Cool.
Melody Barak, folks, one of the occasional viewer, has been a guest on the show, I believe, on year 2 of our show. Otherwise, that's what we're doing. And Coachella Music Festival's going on right now. I'll get into that after.
Yeah, Oldchella.
No, Oldchella was a couple years ago. That's when we had like the Stones, the guy that sings.
But pretty much all of the people that are playing at Coachella now are considered old. Weezer is supposed to be playing there this weekend.
Let's look at the performers.
Yeah, I think Weezer's there. Because, seriously? Yeah, because, I mean, unfortunately, I know because I was watching the news and the bass player's wife shot at a policeman in LA.
That was like last weekend, wasn't it?
It was just like 2 days ago or something.
It's crazy. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like,
the lineup for Coachella this year, because the old Coachella was actually called, oh boy, it was like the lineup.
Vintage Coachella.
Vintage, but that was actually in October, probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And that's where they had like Bob Dylan, the Stones. That was called Oldchella, and I think it was Desert Trip. And back pre-pandemic, they had what was called, what was it? But they had like basically the main four. They had like Metallica, about 3 other bands that are just amazing. I always remember Metallica because I freaking love Metallica. That was in October a few years ago, like 6 years ago. But this weekend is Coachella, and the lineup. Well, let me do a screen share. I'll show it. Share screen window there. Here's the lineup for Coachella, and it's actually streaming live right now. And StreamYard's doing it again.
Why don't you remove this and then add this?
Thank you much. We might have to do that. That was such a problem last week. So here's some of the lineups, Coachella 2024. We have the Mariah's Japanese Breakfast, Sam Fender, Eat, Rima, Kraftwerk. I wonder who the headliner is tonight.
Yeah, I don't even know who those people are. I guess it's Newchella.
Honestly, I don't know either.
It must be Newchella because I don't even know those people anyway.
I don't know what half of them are.
But I heard they said Weezer will be performing at Coachella this weekend, even though the bassist's wife was in the hospital.
Gotcha. So let me close that. So tonight is Lady Gaga
Oh
is the
wow,
headliner tonight. She's probably performing right now. Miss Elliott, Glorilla, Mustard, Tyler. I don't know who they are.
the Go
Like,
Go's.
the Go-Go's, yeah, but I mean, of course you hear from about Lady Gaga. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Green Day is slated as the headliner tomorrow night. They've been around a while.
Yes, T Pain.
T-Pain, I wouldn't mind seeing. That's Saturday.
Jimmy World. Well, they're huge.
Are they? You ever heard
Yeah.
of Japanese Breakfast?
No, have not heard of any of those other people.
T-Pain, I wouldn't mind. I remember him with the Lonely Islands and singing "I'm on a Boat."
I know that T Pain was on The Voice. I mean, the Masked Singer, and he was really good. Post Malone is the headliner. Okay, that's interesting.
On Saturday, along with
Jersey.
Try Dolla Sign, Mooney Long.
Yeah, I don't know any of those other.
Shabuzi is at Coachella. Well, I shouldn't be surprised Shabuzi is at Coachella.
Do you know who Shabuzi is?
Okay, you heard that song that says hey, 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Okay, let me look up the words right quick. Shabuzi's famous. He made it actually crossed over to country. Uh, he crossed over to country, and this song's been like really it's the bar song. Tipsy, maybe you want to
Oh,
go.
that song.
That song, that's Shabuzi.
Okay.
It's just
Oh, that
not.
Tipsy song. Okay, I know that song. I hear it whenever we go to Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, that's made her famous. Okay, let's get rid of that. So, like Shabuzi did that, but it's go with me while I say this. But he's like, it's not used to the country group. Of course, this is modern country. Used to guys in like cowboy hats and stuff like that. Shabuzi's got dreads. He's got cool dreads, but you're not used to seeing people like him or the guy that's Jelly Roll, who's got tats all over.
Oh yeah.
And he's singing. And I mean, he did like "I Am Not Okay," which is good. I mean, the guy's got a great voice, but you're used to country singers looking like Chris Stapleton, who, I mean, I'll say it. This is somebody you ready for an awkward joke?
As long as it's not inappropriate.
It's late night. My usual joke is, do you want to hear Chris Stapleton singing? You've heard of Chris Stapleton?
I don't know.
Uh, Tennessee Whiskey.
Okay. Okay.
He did one of the greatest jams on the Academy of Country Music Awards when he did a jam session with damn me names tonight. From NSYNC.
Well,
Justin
Post Malone
Timberlake. Justin
was
Timberlake.
okay.
And they did a jam session, which is like one of the coolest things ever. You gotta look it up on YouTube after the show. But I mean, just like Chris Stapleton, usually my joke is whenever I hear Chris Stapleton sing songs. I'm dyslexic tonight, apparently. Whenever I hear Chris Stapleton, I get pregnant.
Okay.
I have so
That's
many
fun.
kids from Chris Stapleton songs.
Okay. That's cool.
Yes. Remember, I'm going to medical school. I can explain this in medical terms, which I'm not going to do tonight because it'll bore the readers and we'll have to go back and watching that accounting background for the
Yes.
countdown. Okay.
Yes.
Maya says, never thought Post Malone or Beyonce in country.
I know.
Post Malone, I could see more than Beyonce.
Yeah, Beyonce is kind of weird. I mean, she's a good singer, and usually country has really good singers, so I guess.
Some people weren't a fan. I mean, I like the old twang stuff. I love the Highwaymen. Their songs, never mind, let's ignore some of their politics and stuff on race back in the day, which is not great, not a perfect track record. But some of those singers, I love old Garth Brooks, Johnny Paycheck. I love that old twang stuff. I mean, I'll say it, call me dork. I like good music with yodeling.
Okay. Well, you can like all that music from my my portion because
I'll take your share. Did you know Jewel could yodel?
yes.
Okay, I like Jewel.
I don't think of Jewel as a country singer though. I know didn't she release a country album because she married a country singer or something?
I'm not sure about that part, but she started actually off in country, and then in interviews she did one song as yodeling. Says I will never do this again on TV, and I'm like, please do. I mean, she was good.
Yeah.
But along with the Coachella stuff comes the traffic. Okay, in Indio, should I drop a map to show how to get there?
Sure.
Why not? Okay, let me get it up. So we're looking. It is crazy this weekend. Normally I try to get out of town, but there's a lot going on. I got to do it. Stay home to do business. I can't go escape. But in Indio, here's a good map. And I actually ride by. Okay. I actually when I go out and I ride out to like La Quinta. I go to La Quinta Cove about quite twice a week, do a 20-miler. I ride by the polo grounds, Indio Empire and El Dorado Polo Fields, which is actually where Coachella is staged. That and Stagecoach. This is the map. Okay. This is the I-10. The main artery to get in is right here. You can follow the mouse. That's Jefferson Street. That one, and right here is Monroe Street. Coachella is right here in this area. This is Madison Street. That goes all the way through. It's not showing on the map.
If you zoom in, it probably will.
Yeah. Madison Street goes all the way down, and I usually ride all the way over to here and go mountain biking over this area and around Lake Cahuilla, big reservoir. Kennedy Store is that's a bunch of farms over there, and I actually like to go over there and get tamales and carne asada burrito when I ride back. But Coachella's over here. On Monroe Street, which is the main entrance to get into the parking over here, the polo fields, it took some people over 8 hours to go the 5 miles from here to the polo fields. The traffic was so backed up yesterday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's the people coming in for the camping the day before the festival. And there's actually like Indian Wells Tennis Garden, which is over here. Indian Wells Tennis Garden. There's people that park over there where it's got parking space for like 10,000 people. That's where some big tennis tournaments are at. Like the Paribus Open. They will come over here, park, and then take charter buses to Coachella. And there's also places from the local casinos, like over here, Fantasy Springs, Spotlight 29. We'll catch buses over there. I mean, we're talking almost 100,000 people coming to this thing.
Wow.
The local stores are nuts. I've got a Stater Brothers near my house. It's 1 mile away. I rode on the bike there back in January during the show. There are buses that will come in from the campgrounds to take people over to that Stater Brothers so they can do their shopping. There's like selling camp equipment on the parking lot front. And they'll come over, load the bus, and go back over there because it's so close. I can ride the bike to there in less than 15 minutes. I am close. When I go outside, I can hear the concert.
That's great.
Yeah.
You can enjoy listening to some of the headliners.
I was listening to Lady Gaga earlier.
You were?
I know who the headliner was. So that's fun with Coachella, but usually people like, where's the mouse cursor? My mouse is I need to buy a new mouse. It is nuts in India this weekend. And this is actually the first year I haven't had people calling me that know me going, can I stay at your house? Which you normally let them, but I'm nice. So that's what's going on. India is thing's huge, and there's Coachella this weekend. The same performers, the same lineup next weekend, Coachella round 2, and after that, Stagecoach.
I would so be happy to not be there. So
this is usually when I try to get out of Dodge. Before the pandemic, I'd go over visit a friend and go kayaking over in Arizona. Unfortunately, with business and stuff right now, I've got to get stuff done. But I did a lot of my shopping midweek, so I wouldn't have to go out and venture out this weekend. And I'm going mountain biking on the mountains tomorrow, so I can get away from here. That's what we got. So that's the happenings right now. So Svea, I got a question for you.
What, James? It's been 20 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just hearing about the local perspective on Coachella.
Yeah, no problem. It just, we just go with it we just chat about stuff. So,
Oh yeah, it is. So Svea,
yeah, James.
just so we can take a long time to not talk about taxes tonight. This might be a blessing. What's going on with Dancing Bear?
Well, I'm trying to get back on track with doing my lives, my weekly lives. So Thursday I wasn't able to because I was at home and I wanted to show you the new stuff that we got in. And today I had a meeting with our bead vendor. One of the things I didn't show on the meeting on the video was we got in some really nice um, check. We're ordering check buttons. So I was going to show you these buttons. They're actually, so the ones that are marked red, I wanted to buy, but they were out of stock online at their website. But these are all like handmade buttons. They're all made out of check glass. They're so pretty.
Oh, no kidding.
So they're all handmade, and they're made from glass, and they're made in the Czech Republic. I haven't ordered these in a while just because they're a little pricey, but they're beautiful. I mean, they're beautiful. And so we got those, and we got a ton of flower beads, and we haven't had it in a while. So that was good. Like it was a good little shopping thing. I shared all of the flower ones on our live video, and I didn't share the buttons because it was just a lot. But we got in some more cork fabric. We have a new supplier, and we got those curved scissors that Cheyenne likes. She has these
I was
really
talking
tiny,
about that.
yeah, she has these really tiny little short curved Frisker scissors, and people have
Frisco's
been
look good.
asking where she got them from, and she was listing an Amazon store, and I'm like, hey, listen, I can get them in. So I found the supplier. I'm now buying from that supplier, and I also got in. They had like faux leather. They got faux leather, and they had some more cork fabric, and they had some kind of like a micro suede. So there's like some stuff that I got because I'm like, we could totally use this. People always ask me for faux leather, and I don't have it. So it's kind of nice. I found some really nice leather. I was really excited about it. And so that was pretty cool. We're now that I'm kind of back, I'm trying to get a bunch of catch up going. So I am trying to do my weekly lives to try to catch us on Thursdays at 3 p.m. That's like our normal time slot for doing our live videos. Just with updates about the store. We are fully in full force making graduation stoles. I had to order a ton of blankets to cut up. So we have a whole bunch. We had a bunch of different groups ordering them, and they all need them like in 2 weeks. So, they pretty much didn't sign up and get them early. They waited kind of till last minute.
Gotta roll with
So
it.
we're grateful we could use the business, and so
Oh
we're
yeah.
just. So if you need graduation stoles, please don't wait until last minute. Please order it in advance so we're not going to be so crazy trying to get it done. We're going to have 3 people making them for us. That's like how much we need people to help us with it. So it's kind of good. But yeah, that. Additionally, next week we're going to be getting in our 1.5 inch ribbon. So that's a big deal. That's very exciting. We haven't had ribbon in our store for probably since 2020. We haven't been able to keep a consistent inventory. So I have a new supplier and I can order direct factory. So that's coming next week. And then additionally, Cheyenne's class is next Saturday for the lanyard class, April 19th. So that's going to be something you guys want to check out. That's her class, her second class. Also, the following Saturday, April 26th, we're going to have her We're going to have our class on the same class she taught on in March. So she's teaching the earring class again because we sold out.
Nice.
So trying to kind of get that going for her, which is really awesome. And the class fee for doing the lanyard class is $65. And that class, it's not full yet. So if you want to sign up for it, make sure to sign up on our website. You sign up by basically signing up and putting your paying for the class is $65. I mean, did I miss anything? I told you guys a lot about what's going on.
You were at ASU Pow Wow last weekend.
Oh yeah, so ASU Pow Wow was really nice. It was actually kind of nice. I missed Dan and my mom. They both were not with us, with me when I went out, so it was a little challenging because remember, I am so used to being there with my family, so it was a little hard to be there without anyone driving out by myself. I did run into Troy.
Troy, we've had it on the show a few years ago. Cool dude.
Ran into Troy. I don't know if you showed that picture last week.
I
This is kind of cool.
did not.
This is Eli. He's Eli Shepherd. He is Mr. ASU 24-25, and he is holding Princess Leia.
That's the MC, correct?
No, he's Mr. ASU.
I just talked about. Sorry about that.
He's Mr. ASU.
Okay.
So Princess Leia got to meet the ASU royalty. And you guys all will probably laugh. I did eat Little Caesars pizza on Friday. It was not very good.
I was about to ask for a detailed review of Little Caesars pizza compared to Brooklyn Boys pizza.
I was like, no. I mean, look at the pizza. You can tell. Look it. Do you see a problem?
So were you eating in a group during the powwow and you're going, oh, Little Caesars, and doing this, and people are like, next to you going,
no. I was like, seriously?
oh yeah. See, when you do that, the people around you, you're not going to see it, but they're going to be going.
Yeah, they're rolling their eyes. Yeah.
So Lady Gaga's performing right now.
Oh, cool.
I just looked at the lineup and the live on YouTube. Actually, oh no, 11:10. She's going to be performing.
This is the grand entry at ASU. It was really nice. It was really awesome.
How many dancers in the arena that night?
I never got the full description, but this was the vendor setup outside. We had 95 vendors. It was quite a number.
That's a big amount of vendors.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wondering if it's anything like Gathering of Nations, which is in just like 2 weeks, and that they get 1,000 dancers in the arena.
That was our setup.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. You posted
and then I have I got a picture of grand entry on Saturday night. It's pretty impressive. Those are all people.
Yeah.
Those are all people.
That's at least 300 or 400 dancers.
Let me see if I can get a little more detailed. It was a lot of dancers. That was really great. It was more than last year. See, I think this was last year. I just took a picture of the header. Look at this was Saturday night. See, there's a lot more gaps.
Yeah.
There's a lot less gaps. I mean, this was a lot of people.
Do you remember when Indio Powell back in the late 90s, early 2000s used to get like 600-700 dancers on Saturday night during their March Indio Powwow?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're getting that in the November powwow anymore.
Let's see. I want to show you. I have pictures of me and the committee. There's me and Lambert. There's me and Annabelle. There's me and Jared. Just took a lunch bit. There's me and Vicky. There's me, Lambert, Annabelle, and Vicky. We're all chatting with Jared. I took like a whole bunch of pictures of us chatting. And then there's Sweetie, and there's Sami, and there's Sami with Vicky in there. And then this is, I got a picture with Jax. There's Tawny. There's Tawny me. That's Jackson. So Jackson, so this was kind of cool. So this is Jackson. I really
Yeah.
would love him to come on our show. He came up to me and he's like, "I'm so happy to see you here." He's like, I'm really happy to see you. He's like, yeah. So I told him about my mom, and he's like, oh no. And he's like, Chris has been such an amazing person in my life. And he was talking about my mom and Dawn and how they both really inspired him and helped him a lot with his regalia and all of the powwow where he started working in the powwow. And it was just really very cool to get a chance to talk with him about just his experience with my mom, and he was thanking me that I'm continuing the legacy, and it was really nice. And he gave me lots of hugs, and he was like, I'm so happy to see you here, how are you doing? And he just kept checking on me, which was really nice. And he just was really super, I mean, just so like just such a heartwarming like interaction. It's kind of cool.
Just throw me back into the days. I just remember when Dawn, I just started showing at powwows a couple years after Dawn started Dancing Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember, him talking just started making me flashback to the old days. I remember meeting Dawn at the very first Indio powwow back in 1992 or three, when they first started on Thanksgiving weekend. When it was outside for the first 10 plus years, and Indio used to have two of them a year. It was Thanksgiving weekend, and then the last weekend of March was the second Indio powwow. It was run by the All Tribes Cultural Arts Program, and that was something. I remember our first powwow. We were actually set up next to Dancing Bear. We're actually between Dancing Bear and Indian Store. Our
Right.
first powwow ever back at like 93 or 92. And Dawn had just started like a year or two before that. That was something. I almost forgot about that. I was just out of high school.
Wow.
And just remembering still those years too. And just those early years, that was something. Anyway, nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I remember that always happened right before taxes.
Oh, taxes. Oh,
You like
taxes.
that segue? You like that segue?
Hey, James,
Yes.
you know what?
Hmm.
I think you're going to be alarmed because taxes were actually due last Thursday. They made a nationwide announcement. They
No.
did. They did. Hey, everyone, did you guys file your taxes? I did already.
Tuesday, April 15th.
No, it's April 10th. Everyone filed their taxes already, James. Everyone on our show filed their taxes. Vicky, we were on the phone. Vicky filed her taxes already.
April 15th.
No, they did. They all did it April 10th.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. So James,
they did it 5 days early. Good people for you.
Look it. See, look it.
There you go.
You filed on time.
Yeah, April 15th.
Yeah, it's James. You're late.
No, I'm not. That's April 15th.
Yeah, you're late.
No.
I was telling you, you're late.
Yeah, you probably talked the audience was over getting water during the countdown. Because I remember talking to you on Thursday, and you were about poop to pants. And I was like, no, it was Wednesday night, whatever it was. And you were about poop to pants, and I'm like, no, it's the 15th. You're like, oh.
I don't know. Everyone told me they already filed their taxes.
I like what? Like Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy filed her taxes.
Oh, not taxes bad. Filed.
Yes, she filed them already.
Yeah.
Everyone told me they filed their taxes already, and no one is chiming in.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. We're all going to argue with Google because Google's wrong.
Google's wrong.
Google's wrong.
Everyone is running to Google, but Google's wrong.
Totally.
Totally wrong. Okay, James. So tell us.
Yes.
Let's talk about taxes and about the wild things that people file taxes with.
Well, first we have to ask ourselves, where did taxes come from?
Where did they come from, James?
Well, our first record of taxation dates back 5,000 years to ancient Egypt before they
So,
were using even coined currency.
so I guess that we're taking after the ancient Egyptians.
Yes. Think, blame Egypt for taxes, but the pharaohs used to collect 20% on all grain harvests. Julius
Holy
Caesar implemented
moly!
the first sales tax, so blame Julius Caesar. Dang you, Romans. That's
That's
our Roman Empire.
why Julius Caesar had the Ides of March, didn't he? They were all mad they had to pay sales tax.
Yeah, Caesar Augustus instituted direct income tax.
Wow, that's crazy stuff.
And then you may ask yourself, when did taxes start in history? About 5,000 years ago. And you may ask yourself, who paid taxes before 1913? Before 1913, the federal government revenues came mainly from taxes on goods. The magical word tariffs on imported products and excise taxes on items like whiskey.
Well, I'm sure they did a lot of money on whiskey, man.
The,
Wow.
bur- the burden of these taxes fell heavily on working Americans who spent a much higher percentage of their income on goods than rich people did, and probably on sour mash too. And you may be asking yourself, why do taxes have to exist?
Why do
The United
taxes have
States
to exist?
Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 1 states Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, and excises to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the USA.
Yes.
So we need to do any more? Like, why do Americans pay taxes? To
Why do
fund
Americans?
programs and services that benefit only certain citizens, such as health, welfare, and social services, job training, schools, and parks.
Okay, cool. So so we were thinking about it would be really interesting to find out what things people have written off for the taxes. Like, what are the most ridiculous things that people have written off for taxes? Maybe it'll give some of our viewers ideas on things they can work with their accountant.
Well, as a matter of fact, I have something here for that.
You really?
Yes.
And apparently, Schoolhouse Rock had a song about taxes.
Oh, that's right. It did, didn't it? I
Yeah.
see where Wendy posted that.
And here, Vicky said, I can never forget tax day and my birthday. Aww.
All on the same day. Lucky her.
She's
I
very
just happen
lucky.
to have a thing for deductions.
It's like the government imposed a very special thing on her birthday. And on top of that, not only does she have to pay her taxes on her birthday, she also has to go to the DMV on her birthday too. So she has to double down on that one.
Yeah, lucky her on that one. Okay, so I'm looking for there it is. Okay. Well, folks, we want to wonder,
Sorry.
what are some strange tax deductions? Because I went to them.
Vicky's like, I'm sorry, Vicky.
You know what? I got a cousin. His name's Jerry Rounds. His birthday's April 1st.
You know, my dog Belle, she's now in doggy heaven, but she was born on April 1st, so I always called her my April Fool. Okay.
There's a lot of April birthdays in this month, too, for us. Okay.
Yeah.
Strange tax deductions, folks.
Yes, strange tax deductions.
It happens to be here's 10 strange but legit tax deductions. Whaling captains. As of 2004, whaling captains are eligible for up to $10,000 in deductions on ship repairs, as well as equipment purchases and other whaling expenses. Never mind that whaling's been illegal in the United States for like decades now, except for certain native cultures. And well, you can have deductions for fixing your ship if you're into whaling. Were you on silent?
Yes, because
Okay,
I was getting asked a question. Wow.
gotcha. And we also have, and this gets stranger and stranger. This one's kind of legit. Pet moving. When relocating for a new job, most people are wise to the fact that your moving expenses are tax deductible. What you may not be aware of is that the cost of moving your pet is also included in this write-off.
Oh, that's awesome. So then you could buy a really fancy moving kennel that they could just use as their regular kennel.
Or I'm just going to move several times just for the tax deduction for my pets.
Yeah.
And here's one that gets really good: clarinet lessons. Wow, this one. If your child has an overbite, you might want to enroll them in clarinet lessons. Both the clarinet and music lessons are tax deductible, thanks to a 1962 provision added after orthodontists did this. Orthodontists argued that playing the clarinet helps with a child's overbite and thus may qualify as a medical expense. No
Wow, that's
kidding.
interesting. But you know what though? I kind of know what they're talking about because I actually tried to learn clarinet when I was a kid. You have to like you have to hold your mouth a certain way.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I could see that.
I actually have a little bit of an overbite, or yeah, overbite, and it felt me for hitting triple octaves when I used to play trumpet in high school, and occasionally still do. But I got a big lower lip. I play like this because of the overbite. I was famous for playing like that, but because I got the big lower lip, I tuck it in and I could get triple octaves, triple high
Wow.
C. I could go way high on that. I was also famous for making fart sounds with the
Oh, I'm
trumpet,
sure.
like Nelson Nielsen and fart jokes. It just goes together. Okay.
Okay.
So other deductions we have. There it is. Okay. Clarinet lessons. Besides that, we also have augmentation or enlargement. In 1988, a stripper claimed to be $2,088 deduction for breast enlargement surgery, stating it was a business expense. After initially being denied the deduction, she appealed, and the tax courts ruled that, in fact, deductible as a business expense. Thus, this opened the door for anyone in the adult entertainment industry to possibly write off cosmetic surgery if it can be reasonably claimed that the result will make them more money in their business venture. And
Yeah.
notice that the picture I used for this, I decided to just go ahead and use a pole and a disco ball.
Wow. Well, I mean, theoretically, if they need to do that, they definitely can make more money if they have more large things. Yeah. Okay.
I could have my dream and make it tax deductible.
Okay. So
Okay,
what's
ready for
next?
the next one?
Yes. Tell us the next one.
Next one we have is farming. The IRS may allow you to depreciate your farm animals as they age if they are used for breeding. The IRS once allowed a Louisiana farmer to depreciate the cost for his ostrich.
Wow. That's
Yes.
very interesting. I guess you could even do that for like if you're a breeder, like a dog breeder. You could probably also do that too. If you're a dog
Yeah, I mean,
breeder.
it makes sense on that one. I mean, so far, the one that takes the cake's the clarinet lessons.
Yeah. Okay.
But let's go ahead and look at some specific funky state laws right here. So we also have going up is in Texas, cowboy boots are exempt from sales tax, but hiking boots are not.
Wow. That's
It's Texas.
interesting that they're tax exempt. Wow. In
Yeah,
Texas. Wow.
only in Texas. And then we have in South Carolina, one can get a $50 deduction if they donate a dead deer to the poor.
Wait, if it
That's not unheard of, actually, in Oklahoma. Uh, I believe it used to be the law up as little as 10 years ago, but it used to be that there was an extended hunting season if you fall under a certain income level, especially in eastern Oklahoma.
because they probably figure it's for food.
Bingo. So if you hit a deer, you can go take it to the shelter and they'll carve it up and whatnot. But I mean, it's more common to have people hunting for more subsistence and food than you would find here in California.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And, it's back east. When you start getting back east, the deer are a lot more common.
Does roadkill deer count? I would assume it would.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is if
Bring it.
you hit it and if it's bleeding onto the meat might be a problem.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense in my right there. Okay. Ready for next one?
Yeah. What's the next one?
This one's pretty historical or hysterical. People who were persecuted by the Ottoman Empire between 1915 and 1923 were exempt from taxes in California. There's got to be an interesting history behind that.
The Ottoman Empire? I mean, is that really?
Maybe there was a lot of refugees that came to California that were persecuted by the Ottoman Empire. Because the Ottoman Empire existed until just after World War One, and it
Hmm.
persisted for centuries. Which
Interesting.
countries did? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's still actually people that receive some veteran benefits from Civil War. There's still payouts for happening to that in some degree, or until within the last 20 years. Okay, ready for an interesting one?
Yes. Tell me.
Okay, so we also have, look at this. A dentist submitted fraudulent insurance claims. When the fraud was discovered, she was ordered to pay the money back as well as served some time in jail. However, she was able to deduct her repayment to the insurance company as a business expense. That is because the repayment was done to compensate for a loss sustained by the insurance company and therefore was not considered a fine.
Interesting.
It's a legit tax deduction.
Wow.
Okay, just a few left. I think this might be the last one. In Germany, one can deduct bribes. While the deduction is seldom used, it does exist as part of the tax code. All one has to do is report it to disclose their name and the name of the official that they bribed. This sounds like Ferengi society, except they wouldn't have taxes like that. I think that may be it. Yep, that's it. So that's the funky deductions. Where was the Ottoman Empire, anyways? Google. Ottoman Empire was actually a fair amount of Eurasia, Eastern Europe, Middle East. It kind of depended over time because the Ottoman Empire persisted for like what 400 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's really interesting.
Yeah, Ottoman Empire. Let's see. Why was there?
And the Ottoman Empire, isn't that over where Turkey is?
Yes. Matter of fact, there's maps. Let's get it up. Just so we can know. I'm trying. Okay. Remove. I got to do this one. It's not making this new way. Okay. If you look at the map right there, Ottoman Empire, 1683, and it varied a lot. It was a lot of the Middle East, Turkey, Greece.
Doesn't that kind of look like a turkey a little bit? Like the head's going that way and it's got those little spindly legs and it got a big old backside.
Should I like make random pictures and then show them to you like psychiatrists and say what does the shape look like to you?
It does look like a turkey, the whole thing. Think about it. Looks like a wing. It's got an
I
arrow.
have to. It's something I have to like really force the issue and force the image.
Kind of looks like a turkey to me. But anyway.
Okay.
All right.
So that was the Ottoman Empire, according to Wikipedia.
Yes. So anyway, I'm just thinking about all the different tax deductions.
There's ones. I mean, people get creative with it.
Maybe you could write off a parking ticket if you were. You could probably write off a parking ticket if you were needing to deliver something and you got a parking ticket, or is that considered a fine? What was that?
That's
What was
a fine.
that?
We get some clarification from that from the thing about the dentist.
Yeah.
That would be considered a fine, which is not a tax deduction. There's some businesses that you can actually deduct a sales tax if you don't charge sales tax to your customer.
So if you are, I mean, this is just something I know. I'm not trying to give tax advice. This is just for friendly, fun things.
Oh yeah, folks.
But yeah,
Anything we give for tax advice tonight is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we're not claiming any kind of tax, expertise or anything. So do ask your tax professionals if you want to write off if you want to depreciate your ostriches, okay?
Or pole dancing.
do ask a tax professional before you decide to get enhancements on your body for business. Okay. So anyway, yeah, like I was thinking, like, well, anyway, it's true. Like I've, if we have to pay tax for something, and we turn around and sell it, then we can deduct that tax. So, you can't. I think plane tickets can be a tax write off
If you're
for
traveling for business,
traveling
yes.
for business. Oh, I think so. Yeah. I mean,
I've done it.
I've done it. I mean, that makes 100%. It makes you can write off your hotel, you can write off your rental car because it's a business expense, a legitimate business expense. You're going to see a vendor or you're traveling to a powwow and you're going there to sell. You need to pay for a hotel, and that's true business expense.
Whenever I drive to Moab, I would actually, there's some people I would go shopping with over in Hurricane and St. George in Cedar City.
Mm,
Partly business trip, deduct those miles.
yeah,
I won't
exactly.
deduct when I go beyond that because it's not legitimate business on that one.
Yeah.
But the trip up there, yeah.
Yep.
You got to strictly define when the vacation starts and the business ends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like gray areas in my taxes. I like everything
Well,
legit.
the other thing is, what if you're working 24/7? Because I mean, I know people. My mind never turns off. I'm always working. So anyway, I mean, that's like the gray area, really. But
You never
I,
know. I know a guy who's in construction, or excuse me, development and construction. And if he's going to go over and he's going to like drive over into San Diego for something because he lives over like actually kind of toward you, and he'll throw the magnetics on his truck, the magnetic signs, and drive over and write that off as advertising,
yeah,
and it is legit.
yeah. Maybe I should put magnets on my car so that I can ride off driving to Disneyland.
You never know. I mean, I once threw I challenged my bookkeeper on this one. We decided not to, but the strangest deduction. Should I tell the story here? I think I was telling you a couple days ago.
Yeah, go
Like,
for
we
it.
got my truck, which I keep it. Folks, if you have a personal vehicle used for business, it has to count as a business vehicle and have a straight line deduction. I know we're talking Chinese here a little bit. It has to be minimum 51% used for business. That is minimum number. My truck's like 65 to 75%. But when I was over, I had to deliver a hand drum to put some people in Newport Beach. Well, you got Newport Bay, and I'm camped over at one place, a place nearby, and it's beachside, and I took my kayak to go over and meet them. So I actually had about 5 deductible miles for travel to go meet them on my kayak.
Nice.
Unfortunately, my kayak is definitely used more than 51% personal use. The bookkeeper's like, "Don't make me do this." I'm like,
You
"Well,
know
it's
what?
cool."
You know what you need to do? You need to put Elk Rack Traders sticker on your kayak, and guess what? You're advertising. Right?
On the vehicle, but then I have to list multiple vehicles. If I did it on the bike too, or stick it on a backpack, like stick it on my panniers. That'll work. I mean, I'm actually taking the bike with me to Lakeside Rodeo, so I do some mountain biking. I mean, if I did stickers,
Yeah.
I can get 10 or 15 more deductible miles.
Yeah. Well, you could sell stickers and you can ask people to track where their stickers are. And then maybe you can get those miles too.
I
No,
wonder if I
joking.
could make stickers. I always wondered about making stickers. That'd be cool as a business logo.
Are you talking about? Well, I mean, I can tell you about. I know I have some really great vendors for stickers. If you
Look you up
wanted to,
on.
you really should do stick. You should do like bumper stickers and give them to good customers and sell them.
I know you do.
I have those round stickers like our logo.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that with. Let's see if I got them. I still have some. No, this isn't it. Here they are. I mean, when I was doing the Bow South expeditions every year, the big charity paddle. That isn't it. I still got just a few of these left, but we had these, the Bow South expedition stickers, and people would donate like $50. I would send them one of these. And I still got a few left out of a bunch I did. And I mean, that's a cool logo.
Yeah. Cool.
back in the Lower Colorado River.
Mm-hmm.
But I had those made, sent them out to people, and I think I paid like $35 for like 100 and some 25 stickers. But that was a
Yeah.
while ago. There'll be another Bow South in the next few years.
Cool.
With class and stuff like that. Anyway,
So,
so
has everyone filed their taxes yet, or are they ready to file their taxes because it's coming up?
this Tuesday, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, Carolyn, I do have a sticker. If you want to, I'm also going to be making Brooklyn Boys stickers.
Which kind of stickers?
Brooklyn Boys stickers.
Of course you are.
Yes. I'm
You
doing
can
Brooklyn.
eat some of my dark chocolate because there's some missing.
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell anyone. Didn't want to tell you. And when you got up earlier, I went and took some.
But that's when I went over to get it out of the fridge.
No, but I took some when you weren't around.
Because there's some I've not been munching on that part.
Definitely,
Or these.
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna be
definitely
so
took,
extra when
definitely
it's
took
like
some
tomorrow.
bites. Or maybe there's a secret little gnome in your house that's name starts with an F or a V that snacked on all that kind of stuff.
Probably a V. It's funny because they bought those over at Trader Joe's. I went over to Trader Joe's actually about 8 o'clock, and they were over there about 8:15, right after I got there. And I like buying their dark chocolate oranges.
Mm-hmm.
And when I get over, my mom's going like, "What'd you get?" And I went, "Hey, tell me about the weather." And she'll talk, and I'll just take one and like shove it in her mouth, seriously, and say, "Shut up." And she's like, "I'll keep talking." Like, be quiet. It's a thing. Matter of fact, if she's watching, we can reenact it.
This
Oh, those are good.
These are really exciting because you know what? I can't eat fig Newtons.
Seriously?
And yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
can't.
right. You have like an allergy.
Yeah, this in ingredient list, there is no sulfates.
That's right. Let me see if we can do the thing. Let me see if my mom's watching right quick.
She was watching earlier.
No.
So, anyways, guys, what the heck? No one really backed me up but Wendy. What the heck?
I'll be right back.
No. Yeah, so it was really nice to be at ASU Pow Wow this last weekend. I really, it's the powwow that I've been doing since 95. And when I was driving out to Arizona by myself, which was kind of weird, I put on Sirius XM to listen to music while I was driving by myself. And I put on lately I've been listening to 90s on 9, and it just flipped me out because I was listening to music while I was driving, and it was the music that I was listening to while I was driving in college from San Diego to Phoenix. And so it just kind of flipped me out a little bit. And then when I got home, like then it just it kind of just was weird to be in Phoenix without my mom and without Dan. So it was really a very weird weekend for me.
A little
So
surreal.
yeah, it was. It was just weird because I'm just so used to my mom being at that powwow. She's been at that powwow with me since 90. She started going to that powwow with me and volunteering in 95 with me. And she went to the powwow for years with me as my vendor coordinator assistant for years. And she'd always fly in. And when I was in college, and so it was just weird that she wasn't there. Yeah, Carol Ann went to the powwow when it was at the stadium. As I remember giving her a chance to kind of look around some of the other areas. Yeah, I know. We're getting to that age now
No,
where
you're getting to that age now.
you're older than me.
You have a crazy calendar. My Indian time just says no. Let's just say that no, it's not considered classic. Looking for a punchline. I had one like 30 seconds ago.
It's considered actual, not classic, actual rock.
Music from my high school now is classic. No, from our high school days, because we're probably all in this general-ish age group. It's not considered classic rock now. It's considered mature.
Or
Because
this is
nothing says mature and adult like Beastie Boys. First
okay.
album.
You want to hear something nuts? I was
What?
at the gas station
Ready?
in Chandler, and and I opened the door to Color Me Bad's Mia Moore. And I was I was just like singing so loud and I was pumping my gas. I was singing so loud because let me tell you, I had that album and I knew all those songs and I was singing it so loud. And Robin's looking at me like I'm on crack.
Somebody might have something to say about that.
But I was singing, I was like, she's got my heart in my hands.
Well, somebody may have something to say about that. Do you have something to say about that?
Yes, that is.
Shut up.
Well, let me tell you. Let me just tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had a kid one time, just a couple years ago, go, you ever heard of this group called the Beatles? And I went, hey, you remember that scene from Captain America Civil War where Spider-Man, they cap on Spider-Man when he says, hey, about those wacky thingies in that really old movie? He goes, yeah. I went, you just did that. He goes, oh, you ever heard of the Beatles? What do you think? Shut up.
That's it. I'm leaving.
You want to take one with you?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, you got I've been munching so much dark chocolate tonight.
James,
I
that
think I
was-
need a tax deduction with the,
James,
yes?
you should say you're sorry to mom. That was a little.
Mom, come here. Do you accept my apology?
I don't
Shut
mind
up.
being.
James,
I'm giving you dark chocolate.
that's not nice. That's not.
It's part of the act. Folks, it's
Okay.
like employee of the month. We really don't have employee of the month. But people get defensive over that. It's called a sketch.
Okay, Vicky, are you okay?
As soon as I get the dark chocolate out of my mouth, it's just horrible being given dark chocolate.
You want the bigger stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now go leave the one. Take my.
Here's your bribe, pirate mom.
Look at.
Look at my mouth.
Wait, James. Not nice, bro.
No,
Maya, it's called an act.
chocolate.
Because I guarantee you she doesn't wear that to bed. No, maybe she does.
No, the cat plays with
The
it.
cat plays with others.
Anyway, I get dark chocolate. There is no problem, people.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Who's to
Look
complain?
at Vicky
And
took
it's
the
not
whole
a
bag.
tax deduction.
Vicky, just look,
Oh,
just from Maya. Vicky, just take the whole bag. It's called indigestion.
so anyway,
And with all the caffeinated stuff in the dark chocolate, I'm not probably going to go to bed till 3:00 tonight, which means, well, Lady Gaga comes on in about 5 minutes. So
okay. Well, it's past our bedtime. It's past our hour.
we had fun tonight, folks, talking about taxes because we beat around the bush a lot about it.
Yes, taxes. Ugh.
I actually had a good idea for a show next week. Oh, was it? I want to bring up dire wolves tonight.
Oh,
The whole
Ooh.
extinction thing. Maybe we can touch on that. We'll touch on that next week.
Maybe that would be interesting to talk about next week. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the whole thing. Are they actually dire wolves or are they not? With the whole genetic thing.
Yeah.
We'll wait till more of the science comes out before we actually do that because everything else right now is kind of speculation on what they did and how they did it.
Yeah. I actually have some insider information about the whole genetics thing that we can talk about next time.
You have Dr. Sununi Singh.
I will give you some information after off air that we can talk about and maybe bring it up next time.
Okay, because I thought it might have been from Dr. not Noonien Singh because that's Khan Noonien Singh from Star Trek. Who's the guy that built Data? Brent Spiner paid all those characters.
Hume, Dr. Hume.
Dr. Soong.
Hume, I thought.
Hold on. Who built data? And according to Dr. Noonien Soon, I'll be dang.
Soon?
I'll show you. Dr. Noonien Soon.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now we know.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's late. It's late night. Have a great, great night, a great week, and we'll see you in a week. And I hope you guys get all your taxes done if you haven't done them already. And we're going to have a whole bunch of fun stuff. I'll be talking about ribbon next week. There's a lot of good stuff to talk about next week. So we'll see you
Yeah.
guys.
We should talk about Alaska. I got to ship a bunch of stuff up there in Anchorage. And in a few minutes, I'll be going out there and hearing about my poker face. Poker face.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Okay.
James. Let's get
Yes.
out of here.
Okay. Folks, let me do a thing. Because I got a camera here and it's blocking out part of the computer screen with a new setup on this. And I got to get rid of this because then things will. Studio. We're doing technical things. Stop screen. And more technical things. Share video. And go over here to this folder. Folder currently unavailable. And then we look for the thing that says show closer. Opening. Opening. Where is this getting hard to find every week? Okay. Ready, Svea? Carol Ann Blackwood says, let's dance. Okay. By your command. And happy birthday, Svea. Happy unbirthday.
Happy birthday, James.
Happy unbirthday, Svea.
Happy birthday, James.
Happy unbirthday, Svea.
Happy birthday, James.
Oh, ain't he cute?
Happy unbirthday, Svea.
Remove that dang thing already. Arrgh.
I got him sitting right up here, and then you make Christmas decoration. How could you hate Jar Jar Pickles?
Okay, we're ending stream. I'm ending it for us right now.
I may end it before you do.